Good day, everybody. This is Yin Yang in California with Morsels of a Thought, number 1753. I mean to bring you morsels of a thought of wisdom, hopefully, that we all learn the right things to do in life, because actually having the courage to do the right things is creating virtue. We are creating virtue in this world, and morsels of a thought are preferably thoughts of wisdom. Okay, now I'm gonna because I'm not sure how I look. Okay, so all right, we're on page 194 in Launch: How to Take Your Business to New Heights by Jen Duplessis. Duplessis. D-U, next word, Plessis. Excuse me while I yawn again. I don't know why I've been up for 4 hours. One, two, three, four. Third in my arsenal is MBS Highway. It is critical for any loan officer to know exactly what is affecting daily global financial and mortgage markets. The adage of simply answering interest rates questions from clients on where we think rates are heading of, quote, well, if I had a crystal ball about rates, I'd be retired and on a beach somewhere, end quote, simply won't work in our highly competitive market. Barry Habib shares daily morning market updates that can easily be learned and understood by any loan officer or team member. The tools provided are so valuable to my everyday activities. I also use capital B, which is a video recording app. I can email a video recording to a client to say hello, update them on market conditions, talk about my annual reviews, and on and on. The options are endless. The email embeds my logo and other branding and marketing features to add value with a personal touch. In addition to being a CMPS, I am also a certified divorce lending professional, CDLP. This designation has opened so many doors with financial services experts such as financial planners and divorce and estate planning attorneys that I may not have been able to reach otherwise. Another very handy tool I use is Mortgage Map with two P's, which is an app I use daily that allows partners and clients to easily and efficiently refer me. Rather than handing out a business card, which most likely will get thrown away within days, my app sits right on the user's mobile device. It's a subliminal reminder of me and my services. Clients can request meetings with me, inquire about pre qualifying, calculate affordability for themselves, and even stay informed on interest rate market conditions. Mile IQ, MILE, capital I, capital Q, one word, is fantastic for logging mileage. This app has been approved by the IRS, so there is no need to manually record odometer readings. You can also categorize any trip into personal or business with subcategories for specific activities, which really keeps record keeping organized. Calendly, Calendly, enables clients to schedule appointments with me so we don't waste time or get frustrated with endless back and forth calls and emails trying to schedule an appointment. The app also connects to Outlook. You can use Calendly on your desktop, laptop, and mobile device. I can't tell you how much time this has saved me! Exclamation point. An app I suggest to my clients is called Moving Day, capital M, capital D. As part of my process, I send a link to the app so they can begin working on their moving and packing plan. I also utilize Doodle, capital D, for scheduling appointments and conference calls with several different people. I organize and participate in frequent panels. So when I'm trying to coordinate the members of a panel, this is a great tool to use. Individuals can select all of the selected times and dates that work for them, making it easy to reach digital consensus on a meeting time. Again, it saves an enormous amount of time and effort compared to the back and forth with multiple emails. Another very handy tool is Evernote, capital E, capital N, all one word, which I use to record my intake notes for referrals. I can track the referrals I receive and categorize them according to whether they're looking or on hold or if they become a live deal. Most of you have heard of Fiverr, Fiverr, which I use to find people to perform some grinding tasks, capital G, such as designing flyers, producing spreadsheets, or editing my recordings for my podcasts. I use Fiverr for anything and everything. If you don't want or don't know how to make a flyer or presentation, or you want someone to do some simple grinding work for you to save your time, it's a good place to get the task done in less than 24 hours. It's also a good source to find a virtual administrative assistant or a team member. I use MGIC's app to quickly determine PMI for a client. I think Radian, Radian, and UGIC might have similar tools. I like MGIC's, but whatever one works for you, it's a good thing to have at your fingertips. Now, all these apps are a great thing to copy down because we can use them for different parts of our lives, even if we're not mortgage lenders. We are reading Launch How to Take Your Business to New Heights by Jen du Plessis. And we are trying to learn the right things to do in our lives so that we have this wisdom. Having wisdom is knowing the right thing to do, and doing it is actually virtue. So we are learning the right things to do and putting in virtue in the world. I read this morning as well that our character describes a lot of what we would do for virtue. It is correlated to how much virtue we will produce. So keep in mind that the more virtue you do produce, the more you change your character for the better. Okay, back to gender Plessis. When I go to a networking event or teach a business class and I collect everyone's business card, I use CAMCard, CAMCARD, capital CARD, I mean, one word, all one word, to take a photo of the card, which is instantly imported to Outlook. Just like that, I have contact information for everybody, saving me even more precious time. You will need to check the accuracy to make sure it's picking up the details correctly because some business cards contain information that cannot be read. I use Dropbox to share documents. It's great because I can have it on my cell phone as well as on my computer, allowing me to review documents quickly. If I'm on my boat and I need to do a pre-approval letter, I can do it right from my cell phone, save it to Dropbox, and send the link to the real estate agent. A utility that I recently added and am in love with is called Pre-App 1003. PRE capital APP 1003. It's an online and it's all one word. It's an online and mobile tool for your clients to securely and quickly complete their loan application. You can send a link to clients to fill out a quick application or ask them to text a word you create to a text number you are assigned. You can then import the information into your LOS with ease. You may have you may have similar capability through your company. I don't, so for me, this is a game changer in the ability to obtain data faster with a great client experience as well. Tools and utilities can make operations, transactions, and prospecting highly automated and therefore very efficient. They are great time savers, and many of them contribute tremendously to making your team more efficient. Of course, the tools I've talked about here are just the tip of the iceberg when considering the application of automation to your practice. When you look for a tool or utility to use within your process and practice, be sure to ask colleagues for recommendations. Jen's Jots. Before you try to apply any new tool or utility to your operations, determine if it is Determine if it truly fits into what you want to accomplish. Don't build your perfect loan process around whatever tools and utilities you come across. First, decide what you want your process to be, and then search for the ideal tools. That's always good because when we are in life, we need to figure out our purpose before we start to do anything. Otherwise, we would be like computer associates who came along and were creating solutions to problems that didn't necessarily exist, and they were in their ivory towers. And this is what they said about themselves later when Microsoft overtook them. So keep in mind, they were doing hard mainframes at the time, and this was maybe 30 years ago. So keep in mind, you want to have your purposes figured out before you find the tools for them. Don't say, "Oh, I found this gadget and I can go and fix everything in my house that uses this gadget." Well, maybe, but isn't that wasting your time on something that may or may not need to be done? Maybe you don't have to have that done, whereas you do need to fix a doorknob. So all you need is what do they call those? Allen wrench, right? Allen wrench, the zigzag shaped screwdriver type of thing that fits into different holes. I think that's what it's called, Allen wrenches. Anyway, you would have to find an Allen wrench to get your doorknob done, because if you had that other tool and you went around fixing everything in your house that didn't need to be fixed, what happens to your doorknob? Then that doesn't get addressed, right? So this is what is key, what Jem du Plessis is saying before you try to apply any new tool or utility to your operations. Determine if it truly fits into what you want to accomplish. Don't build your perfect loan process around whatever tools and utilities you come across. First, decide what you want your process to be, and then search for the ideal tools. For more information on the utilities and tools mentioned in this chapter, visit these sites. Note, deleted items are not mentioned in the text. BombBomb, http://bombomb.com. Calendly, https://calendly.com. Camcard, https://www.camcard.com. Certified Divorce Lending Professional, I'm going to skip the http:// because every single one of them has that. www.divorcelendingassociation, all one word.com. Certified Mortgage Planning Specialist. www. I'll say the wwws because it used to make a difference whether you had it or not. So I'll say it now. www.cmpsinstitute.org. The only thing I'm skipping is https://. Oh, some of them have the S, some of them don't. I didn't notice that earlier. Shoot. Doodle. http://doodle.com. Dropbox. http://www.dropbox.com. Evernote. https://evernote.com. Fiverr, Fiverr, https://www.fiverr.com. MBS Highway, https://www.m as in Mary, B as in boy, S as in Sam, highway.com. Sorry, mbshighway.com. MGIC, https://www.mgic.com/mobile app. I think I'm going to let you read the next 7 on your own when you get the book. Mile IQ, which is mileiq.com, Mortgage Coach, mortgagecoach.com, Mortgage Map, Mortgage Map with 2ps.com, Moving Day by Mighty Ants, look in the Apple Store, Pre-App 1003, preapp1003.com, Radian, www.radian.biz. UGIC is www.ugcorp.com. We are reading Launch How to Take Your Business to New Heights by Jen Du Plessis. We are actually going to take the action that we read about in this wisdom. This is wisdom, morsels of a thought, because knowing the right things to do is a form of wisdom. Actually doing it is virtue. We get wisdom from other people, and we can have more virtue by paying attention to the wisdom we hear from other people. Not only that, but don't be pessimistic about the source of your information. You could get information from a source that you really don't like, but you could learn something valuable. So always treat your wisdom with respect. Okay. Who's managing your mortgage? Chapter 6, Part 4. The big idea is you can grow the size of your database and your business by leaps and bounds with one simple question. Who's managing your mortgage? Jen Du Plessis says, and she quotes herself here, don't ever allow yourself to get bored with your client's most expensive purchase. It isn't fair to your client. It's a simple question, really, but one a lot of people don't understand. It is also one of the most powerful ways to expand the size of your contact database and thus add to your business. The question is, who is managing your mortgage? This simple question can change the course of your business because it continually hands you clients for long-term growth. What is it really? A typical client will answer with the name of the loan servicing company. Believe me, I've asked this question thousands of times. We all know that the servicing company is not interested in managing the mortgage, but merely collecting payments. Here's an example of why this is so important. If you asked that same client who manages your assets, they would answer with, "Oh, that would be Bob Money. He's been managing our retirement funds for years." They don't even know who Bob works for, they just know him. Good old Bob. Listen, you want to be Bob, but in the mortgage space, only you will be managing a client's debt rather than their assets. This is exactly what a certified mortgage planning specialist does. As a professional mortgage loan officer, you should focus on the entrance strategy in obtaining a mortgage loan as well as the exit strategy. This is why we ask the question about how long the client thinks they will stay in the home or have the loan. What is often overlooked is the period of time that your client is holding their mortgage loan. Sure, you send mailers and make occasional phone calls. Well, at least you did prior to reading this book, right? But what about all of the life events that happen during the course of homeownership and the impact those could have on your client's ability to maintain a perpetual pre approval should they need to move earlier than expected or want to move as planned? Managing a client's mortgage is about being in touch with them regularly between the time they close on their loan until the time they pay off their loan. During this time, you can differentiate yourself from other loan officers by conducting the annual review, as I've talked about previously, but also through timely touches to update the homeowner on mortgage market conditions, Federal Reserve comments and adjustments, home improvement tips that assist with strong returns on value, identity theft consultations, pulling credit and reviewing the findings with the client to safeguard any surprises for future loans, early payoff strategies, ARM to fixed consultations and insurances, elimination of private mortgage insurance, PMI, initiating an auto lock opportunity so that when rates drop, you won't have to make hundreds of calls or miss out altogether because you didn't have your CRM complete and accurate, and asking for referrals, of course. Keep yourself top of mind with literally hundreds or thousands as you keep building your database over the years of clients. You can grow your future loan database by managing their mortgage, even if you didn't originate the loan. Why not, quote, adopt, end quote, their mortgage? They were most likely, quote, orphaned, end quote, by their last lender as soon as the ink was dry on the closing papers. You can gain tremendous trust with these clients by revisiting their entrance, holding, and exit strategy so that they stay on track with their goals. Oh, wait. They didn't have a strategy or goals because their original lender didn't bother to inquire? Get my point? This has been one of my biggest secrets for years. I began this because I had to manage clients' loans to protect their interests. I grew closer to them and became a valued advisor and expert in the process. Okay, so we will continue with this on page 199. And I want to say that I will be changing the format of my show in the future. I may be broadcasting only on Instagram. And it is possible that, well, Instagram and possibly YouTube, it is possible that I will simply share my videos from YouTube onto Facebook. So on Facebook, if you want to find me live, you may wind up following me to YouTube, which is at yingorange99, at yingorange99. So it's youtube.com/a, I mean, at, it's the at symbol, and then YINGORANGE, Ying Orange 99. Y as in yellow, I as in India, N as in Nancy, G as in girl, orange like the fruit, 99. Those are numerals. So all one word. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Old Kinderhook.